Did you hear it? Right, we can begin. You're further away today than the other day, so it's not as loud as it should be. I'm working on this, but forgive me if you can't hear me. Well, there was once a girl called Tui. This is Tui, and she lives with her mum, who's called Tui's mum. Don't knock your daughter over now. There they are. They live in a little village, and it's a little village in two ways. There's not a lot of houses, but also there's big houses where big people live, and there's little houses where little people live. Like this one, for example, is a tiny little house where mice live. It's a little teapot house, and you can take the roof off and see inside. And little mice live there, and they got in the back there's a door. I wonder which way. No, they're on that side. They're playing. They can see you. And here's where the fairy farmer lives, and this is where the tooth fairy lives. And I don't know who lives here, but if you were here with me, I'd ask you, who do you think lives there? What do you reckon? Who lives there? They got a lot of chimneys. They got a chimney at this end, and they got a chimney at that end, so they can always light fires and be warm. They got a chimney. They got a chimney. I think that might be a chimney. These guys don't have chimneys. Maybe they got electric heating. This house, I don't know who lives here. This house is where Anna lives. She's a friend of Tui's. But they're not playing together at the moment because they're not in the same bubble. Shame. But she always calls out. And this is where a woman who does gardening lives. Unfortunately, she can't do gardening right now because it's not an essential service. Now, she's doing her own garden. But the fact of the matter is that none of these people have got much money. And some of them have got really little amount of money. Even the tooth fairy, who you'd think she could whistle up a bit of money. She always seems to have enough if your tooth falls out, doesn't she? Anyway, she's short as well. And Tui and her mum are hungry. There's nothing in the cupboard. Mum looked in the cupboard. She opened the cupboard. There was nothing there. She opened the bottom cupboard. There was nothing there. And she said, Tui, do you think we should go into the woods and look for some nuts or berries? I'm so hungry. And Tui said, you stay at home, Mum, and I'll go and look for nuts and berries, and you have a rest. Because she was a very kind girl, and she was thoughtful, and she could see her mum was a bit tired. So Mum had her lie down, tuck in her arms. I should give her a pillow. No, I haven't got a pillow. You just have to snuggle up like that. She's having trouble. There we go. And here goes Miss Tui. Going down, past the house where she doesn't know who lives, past the gardening house, past the house where Anna lives. And she calls out, Anna, hello! I'm going to the woods to get berries. There's no food at home. Off she went. Anna called back out, have a good time, Tui. I wish we could play together. I love you. Bye. And off she went, past the fairy farmer, past the fairy mice, past the woman. We don't know who lives there, do we? Do we know who lives here? She's a gardener. That's Alice. No, we don't know who lives here. Do you? No. And she went over the bridge. Not actually as dumpity-dumpity as that. She's not actually very happy. She climbed up the hill. And she came to the place where the tuis sing in the trees. And where the flies are living. There's a little Tui in the tree, singing. But Tui's not happy, even though she can hear her own namesake singing. She was sad, because she was hungry. She sat there and she thought about it, and then she cried a little bit. Because sometimes it's a bit much. But then, someone appeared. Just appeared up out of nowhere. An older woman. Might have been a witch, but I don't know. With a crackly sort of voice. And she said, oh, sweetheart, why? Oh, I don't know if I can do a crackly voice. She just talked. Why are you crying, sweetheart? Oh, said Tui, I'm just so hungry. Ah, said the old lady with a crackly voice. I've got something you might like, and I can give it to you, because I don't need it. And you're very kind, and I like to do things for kind people. And she produced a pot. And she said, this pot means you'll never go hungry. There'll always be food. And Molly looked in the pot and she thought, well, there's nothing in it. How will that be feeding us? Ah, said the old lady, you have to say, cook, little pot, cook, please. Oh, I forgot. She has to put her hands over the pot, because otherwise the pot will start. We don't want it to start yet. So she says, cook, little pot, cook, please. And then when you want it to stop, Tui, you have to say, stop, little pot, stop, thank you. Okay, I think I've got that, said Tui. Cook, little pot, cook, please. And stop, little pot, stop, thank you. That's right. Okay, well, why don't you have my basket, said Molly, because I don't need it, and you are giving me your pot. Whoops-a-daisy. Well, maybe this hand would be better for the basket. There we go. And so Molly took the pot, and she said thank you lots of times. It seemed very exciting. She was off. Oh, Lord, come now. Hold on tight. Maybe I should help you. There we go. Down we go, down the hill. Oh, she went the wrong way. She went down the cliff. Which was to go round the side. And oh, it was heavy. Over the bridge. Down past the little mice in their cottage, and past the woman we don't know who it is, past the fairy farmer, past Anna. Hey, Anna, I got a pot! Woo! Anna looked out the window. She wondered what it was. And she got home. She said, Mum, look, got a pot. Well, so you have, dear. What happened to the basket? Oh, I traded it. Well, no, I didn't trade it. I was given this pot. And it's a cooking pot. He said, I can see that, sweetheart, but there's no food in it. Ah, you have to say, cook, little pot, cook, please. And do you know what? It started to bubble up, and white, sweet, sticky porridge came bubbling up out of the pot until it was full. And the little girl said, stop, little pot, stop, thank you. And it stopped. And then they ate. Oh, it was good. Think she can reach her mouth? Oh, yes. They used spoons, actually. And they ate it all up. And then the little girl made it cook again. And they invited, no, they couldn't invite. They had to leave little pots of food outside each house. And they came inside and wiped it, and then they ate it too. And everybody had something to eat. And everybody felt much better. They were all calling out, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a pleasure, said Tui. And it was. It feels good to give things to people. Makes you feel good. Anyway, one day, oh, you can go now, thank you, lady with the crackly voice. One day, Molly felt like going for a walk. She was much happier now, and she had a full tummy. So she left Mum at home. Now, Mum, you remember what to say, don't you, if you want the pot to cook and you want the pot to stop? Of course I do, dear. We've been doing it every day for the last week. Ah, yes. Okay. Anyway, I've had breakfast, so I probably won't want any more. All right, bye, Mum. And off she went, down the road, down the path. Here we go. She was happy this time. She was singing, hello, Anna, I'm going for a walk. I hope you're happy. What are you doing today? Oh, I'm making a storybook, called out Anna. And I've given all the teddy bears a picnic. Oh, how wonderful, said Tui, and off she went. Past the house with the fairy farmer, and past the little mice, bye mice, and over the bridge, not very far away, and up the hill. And there she sang a little song. I'm so happy, I'm so glad, I'm not hungry, I'm not sad. I'm so hungry, I'm not sad, I'm not hungry, makes me glad. And so she sang and played underneath the tree where the Tui sang, and the trees were growing, and everything felt good. But back at home, not so good, because Mum decided she would like a little bit of morning tea, a bit of porridge for morning tea, and so she said, "Cook, little pot, cook, please." And it did. It started cooking, and she had a few spoonfuls, and then she thought, well, that's enough. Uh-oh, but she forgot. And she said, "That's enough now. Stop, please, stop." That wasn't quite right. And she said, "No, stop it, cook. No, no, cook, stop, pot, no. Oh," and she really got so muddled she couldn't remember. And I have to show you with a bigger pot so you can see what happened. I'll take away the little pot. So it started to bubble, and she tried to stop it and said, "Stop, stop." And it started to dribble down the side of the pot, and it dribbled down onto the table, and then it oozed out onto the floor. And she still was saying, "No, no, it's enough, really, really, stop." But it couldn't stop. It just kept on coming out, and it went out the kitchen door. It went down the road. It went past the house where the gardener lived. It went past the house where the fairy farmer lived. And it came bumping up to their front doors, and it went oozing in underneath the doors. And the mummy couldn't stop it, and it went on down past Anna's house, who looked out the window and thought, "Oh my goodness me, what is that? Great pile of porridge coming down the road. Down, 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 all the way to the river, past the little fairy." Go away, fly, goodness me. Not today. We're telling a story. All the way it came, all the way and all the way. And then Tui was coming home, and she went onto the bridge, and she looked over. Oh my goodness, the whole village is covered in porridge. Oh no. And she ran down the bridge. "Excuse me, I'm coming past your backyard, I have to go." Bing, bing, bing. She went so fast, she was easily within 2 meters, but she ran so fast they hardly saw her. And she looked in the back window of the house, and she went, "Stop, little pot, stop, thank you." And it went kabloop, and another great lot fell out, and that was it. It stopped. And now look, it's even gone on the roof. It's gone so high, splashing. "Mum, what happened?" "I forgot, darling. I forgot what the words were." "Never mind. We'll never be hungry now." And so everybody had enough to eat. They didn't even have to deliver it in a pot. You could just walk out your front door with your spoon and just... And they all had to do that, and they all waved, "Hi, happy porridge." And so they ate and ate and ate until the whole village was clean again. And that's the story of the magic porridge pot. You can come back and take a bow if you like. Here you go. It's all you're doing. There we go. Da-dee-da-dum, da-da-dee-da-dum, 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 da-dee-da-dum, da-da-dee-da-dum, da-da-dee-da-da-dee-da-da-da.